Alright guys, so this is going to be a new team with Rye Cookie, as well as you can see Herb is back into the meta, constantly coming back and forth because of all the debuffs happening. But here we go, this is going to be another kind of a similar Rye comp that we have shared before, which is going to be something like, you know, sniping off the DPS, which is mainly going to be Moonlight as well as Sherbet in majority of the cases. Something like this, okay, and something like this. You're going to see a lot of those. You can even see something like this sometimes. But this team is mainly going to be used against single tank comps. Alright, but you guys have a way to verse double tanks as well, which I'll show you guys later on. But let's go into the toppings real quick. A little bit different than a lot of the different teams that I shared with you guys before. This time around, we are using Financier with 5 of the solid almond. We can see that the cooldown is a little bit low. Getting around to 7 to 8% is going to be where you want it. But I am working with what I have left over right now. And this is what I come up with, and still it's working out pretty well. So you can see that even without having like the best toppings, it still works out. Of course, the better you have it, the higher chances of you winning is going to be. All right, but you can see focusing on the damage resist, and of course, once again, 7 to 8% cooldown is where you guys would want to see it. And then we have Moonlight here, full solid almond. The reason why we're going with full solid almond is because we do have one treasure missing, and that is going to be the Jelly Watch. So you want Moonlight to have this damage resist with full solid almond in order for her to survive and stay alive and still cast her spell, sleeping the enemies, as well as providing that weakness debuff. All right, so that's the reason why we're going with 5 solid almond here. And the next one is going to be Herb as well, 5 solid almond. Again, very similar concept as how it is with Moonlight. Because of the fact that we don't have the Jelly Watch, it's going to take time for us to have our cooldown come up. So that's the reason why we're going with 5 solid almond, allowing Herb to be pretty tanky. But still, even with 5 solid almond, sometimes Herb does die. All right, so you want around 7 to 8% again for the cooldown in order to, you know, try to get the skill rotation a little bit faster with the lack of Jelly Watch. And the next one is going to be Rye. Rye is going to be our main big damage dealer here, sniping away once again the main DPS or the damage dealer on the enemy team. All right, so we are going with 5 of the Searing Raspberry here, guys. We are focusing on the attack as well as the crit and the damage resist. No extra cooldown is needed. If you have some, it's not a problem, but you don't really need it either. And the last one is going to be BTS with 5 of the Swift Chocolate. Get as much cooldown as possible, guys. 24.1 is going to be very, you know, I would have to say right now the standard for BTS. But because of the fact that we're not using the Jelly Watch once again for this main team, you do want to have higher cooldown, the better it's going to be, because you're not going to be able to keep up this skill 100% of the time. And then the treasures are going to be the Scroll Whistle, as well as this right over here, the Divine Honey Cream Crown. And this is going to be going on to Rye, all right? So another reason why we are going with full Searing Raspberry on Rye and nothing else on Moonlight is because you need Rye to be the main damage dealer with the highest attack. And another thing is you do want to have at least plus 10, I would say, onto Rye's Magic Candy. Of course, you don't need to, but the better, you know, the higher it is, the more damage you're going to be able to do and apply that extra attack speed. All right, so a way for you guys to use this team against double tank, all right, is going to be switching out this Divine Honey Cream Crown with a Jelly Watch. All right, this is going to allow your cookies to survive a little bit longer because we have Herb's cooldown as well as BTS cooldown and Financier's cooldown a little bit shorter, and will provide those extra heal, which is going to be very crucial for Rye as well as Moonlight to survive and also deal extra damage. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's go into the arena and verse some single tanks as well as double tanks, and yeah, let's see how well we do. All right, guys, so here we go. This is going to be kind of like the teams that you will want to verse here with the single tank comp, and of course the whistle instead of the feather. Feather is really kind of non-existent in majority of the defense teams right now, which is the reason why Rye is so good, because of the fact that there is no way for them to bring back their main DPS after they get sniped by Rye. There is, you know, you're left with a 4v5, which just means that you have an advantage here. So here we go, guys. Let's go into the arena against a single tank comp, and you're going to be able to see Rye just destroy the DPSs. So another reason why Herb is being used here, guys, is because of someone like Sherbet, right? We're able to purify and get rid of the frost stacks that, you know, Sherbet is going to be able to apply to our team. Although it's going to be pretty slow, you're going to get some extra stacks onto your cookies. Not a problem because, you know, they're using full solid almond. Rye is getting shielded by Financier. And right there, with the second skill rotation, guys, both the DPSs on the enemy team are gone. Our Rye did die right there because we didn't get rid of these frost stacks fast enough. Sherbet did get another, blast off, but we still have Moonlight. So we should be able to, beat this. We do have the crown on our Moonlight now, but that Hollowberry is just so strong. But there you guys go. With the last 30 seconds, with the crown buff, Moonlight literally just obliterated the entire team afterwards. But this time around, Moonlight just doing 9 million damage. It's kind of crazy. But you guys were able to see in the beginning, right? The reason why we are using Rye is to get rid of Moonlight as well as Sherbet right away, and then allow our team to just deal with the rest of them with Moonlight. All right, guys, once again, this is going to be really the focus target of this team, which is going to be a single tank comp once again, guys. And it is going to be, again, something like this with the whistle. So let's get into it. And here we go. And it is going to be the Prophet Sherbet team here, guys. And another thing that's good about this kind of comp right now is that, sometimes Moonlight is able to dodge Rye's skill if Rye has extra cooldown and Rye's skill rotation is like on the middle or something like that. So having Rye take the freeze, the sleep, and then allowing her to use her skill right after definitely ensures that she is going to get a guaranteed hit onto the Moonlight or the Sherbet or whoever it is. So there is that bonus as well. But here we go. 1 minute mark here. We should be able to get rid of Prophet here with the skill and slowly damage the Hollowberry. Single tank Hollowberry is not too much of a problem. Because we just focus target Hollowberry alone. So there you guys go. And there you go. This time around, Rye doing the most damage with 3.7 million damage. And then Moonlight definitely not far behind with 3.4. Alright guys, so if you guys are versing a double tank comp like this one, I highly recommend you guys do switch out the Honey Cream Crown with a Jelly Watch. Of course, it's not going to be 100% win, but you do have a higher chance of actually beating them and having a chance to play against them rather than being absolutely obliterated when you guys don't have that extra cooldown. So let's switch it out and then we'll verse this team. All right, guys. So this time around, it's actually going to be a Crunchy Chip. This is going to be the Crunchy Chip Frost comp here. So having that herb is definitely going to help out. Having the Jelly Watch is definitely going to help out. And our main focus here is to try and get rid of the Sherbet and the Frost Queen, hopefully, before they are able to get rid of our cookies. Good thing, once again, is that we have full solid almond on our Moonlight, allowing her to stay alive, as well as Rye does have some, ability to be resistant to interrupting effect, which is going to be including the freeze of the Frost Queen here, so we don't get frozen. And there we go. We got rid of the Sherbet. The Frost Queen's almost dead. Hopefully, we're able to get rid of her here with Rye and Moonlight combo. But the slow is going insane here, guys. All right. It's 3v2 now, kind of. We got rid of Pure Vanilla. All right. Financier should be able to protect our Moonlight here. And then hopefully this last skill will be able to get rid of them. And there we go. Oh, the tie. All right, so one bad thing right there is that Crunchy Chip is able to consistently slow down our Rye as well as Moonlight because Herb did die a little bit earlier, but man, 19 million damage coming out from Moonlight, that's kind of crazy. All right, guys, here's another team. Let's do one more battle here against a single tank comp with the Sherbet with Whistle. So another reason why going up against a double tank sometimes is going to be really, really bad for us is even though we're able to get rid of the two of the main DPS on the enemy team, which is going to be something like Frost Queen, Sherbet, Moonlight. The one bad side is that when they are using a double tank with like Hollowberry or Financier, Financier is going to start protecting Hollowberry, providing not only damage resist, but also on top of that extra attack buff as well, and extra healing. So that's the reason why majority of the time when you're left with only Hollowberry as well as Financier, you're going to see Hollowberry just absolutely shredding our cookies due to that effect. All right, so that's another reason why sometimes going against a double tank comp can be pretty dangerous with this team, because Hollowberry right now is just an absolute beast, right? and allowing Financier to protect that Hollowberry at that 1 minute as well as the 30-second mark, it's kind of going to be really, really difficult to beat them. But there you guys go. Once again, a triple freeze comp this time around, and we're still able to beat them. Quickly getting rid of Sherbet, and then Frost Queen, and then Prophet, allowing Rye to just become really, really, really good at sniping those enemies. Alright guys, one last battle here against a double tank comp once again, just to show that with the Jelly Watch it does work. We tie twice, so here we go. So the reason why you want to go with the Jelly Watch here is sometimes with the double tank comp you are going to be versing something like this, which is going to be the Blueberry Pie comp. And if you don't have a 100% uptime on BTS, then you won't have the 100% stun immunity, as well as you want to have the healing up so that herb doesn't die off and your supports and your DPS doesn't die off, right? So you can see right there that damage is insane. As long as you're able to get rid of Moonlight from the enemy team when they do use a Blueberry Pie team, you're pretty much going to win, all right? So because you have the 100% stun immunity, Blueberry Pie is not getting extra stacks, all right? So there you guys go. This time around, we're able to win 100% HP right there, guys. And yeah, so against a double tank comp, you guys can use the Jelly Watch, and you will be able to see that, Moonlight as well as Blueberry Pie are going to get picked off by Rye, and then you'll be able to be left with just Hollowberry and Wildberry, but don't need to worry about the stuns because you have 100% uptime on BTS's stun immunity. So there you guys go, a team that you guys can use. Once again, the Jelly Watch is going to be mainly used with the Honey Cream Crown, depending on the team you are versing. If you're versing a single tank comp, then you guys want to go with the Crown, just so that you can just quickly get rid of the DPS, which is going to be the damage dealers like Moonlight once again, as well as Sherbet and Frost Queen. Sometimes if you're lucky and your damage is really, really good and you crit a lot, then you could sometimes get rid of 2 DPS with 1 Rye skill. So this is going to be a team that you guys can use because Rye is going to be a very, very, very good cookie for the guild boss battle as well. So if you guys didn't build Rye yet, then I highly recommend you guys to build her, and sometimes even utilize her inside of teams like this because she will come back once in a while. So for anybody who's asking, can I replace herb? Herb is replaceable, but I don't recommend it too much just because of the fact that we're not using Monocle in this team. You do want to have herb for that purify, and there's no other real cookie that is going to be as useful and good as herb that is going to have purify. Yes, Clover is there, but there's no way Clover is replacing herb. All right, so there you guys go. Hope you guys found the video helpful. Once again, this team could be made a lot better with the better substats on these cookies here, but I'm still working with what I have, and I'm still succeeding inside a pure vanilla server, Master 2, Master 1 area, tying against Grandmasters as well. So hopefully you guys can use this team. Good luck with the arena, guys, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.